Hello and welcome to a new track for me today. It's Hull Outdoor Karting. Never been before, not really watched any videos to see where you're supposed to go, so should be an interesting, fun day trying to find the line, find the limit, see how I can do. First lap out, so just want to try and learn where the track goes, to be honest. Me and Timmy here today. We've also got, in this first half of the session, all the other people that wanted to drive. Then it's going to be a bit quieter and it's pretty much just me and Timmy for the second half hour. So back markers might come into play a little bit, but coming through these corners, it's a pretty fun track, to be honest. It's really exciting, a lot better than I was expecting. It's not the fastest outdoor track, still sort of team sport karts and maybe team sport layout, but obviously you've got the weather as well, which is going to change and is also going to come into play at the end of the race as well, or at least in the second half. So over the line, starting to get a bit better now. Coming up to this lap, through the first corner, it started off sort of being a bit of a flick. Second time tried to be a bit more smooth. Gets around this back marker, no problem. That guy finds the limit and goes into the barrier, comes out of the car, very good. Well, not good at all for him, but there's the limit anyway. Go for the cutback on this guy. Try not to run down the marshal. Lovely stuff. Jumping forwards, we've got this guy in front. We're going to go up the inside into the last corner. Last sort of proper corner anyway, and there's a guy on the left there who that wheel definitely shouldn't be pointing that way, so he's another guy who has definitely found the limit at Hull Karting, and he must have had some help to get into there because it's not a really obvious place for you to crash, is it? Anyway, here's one of my faster laps at the start. So through the first corner, really fun, use all of the apex. This is why it's good as well, because it's sort of a bit outdoor with the apexes and with the curbs and everything, but it's also indoor enough that you can get past, you can have a bit of a chuck of the carts and you're not going to be too worried. Through this left-right chicane, you sort of took that flat and used the weight of the cart to sort of Scandi flick it through and get the rotation. This corner, I didn't really like that one too much because it was sort of, it just always felt like the cart was bogging down on the exit, and through there all the way up to this corner, which was flat, it was sort of, it felt like the cart really couldn't build through any of the revs. So first clean lap for a little while, coming across the line, 53.2, not fantastic, not great, but you know, it's a start. Coming through to these guys, go around the outside of this guy, quite happy with that one. Glad he didn't turn across. And this guy, a little bit wide there, so trying to get around. Also trying to not punt anyone. No point in making contact. Everyone's out for a fun day, you know. Everyone just wants to go and have fun. They don't want some try-hard smashing them out the way. So, jumping forwards again. We have, I think this is my fastest lap of the day. You can see there's a little bit of rain in the air as well, so starting to make it a bit more interesting. Through the first corner, use all of the track, come across, use all the apex, all the curb on the right there, down, tiny brake. I was doing a little bit of a brake to just sort of chuck the cart in. We'll come around to whether that's good or not. This corner, I always felt again like it was sort of, you wanted to take more speed through than you could, but through here, really fun, left, right, Scandi flick, use the weight of the cart. This corner, that bit of mud on the inside, sometimes if you hit that wrong, it would sort of jolt the car around and, you know, it would lose you time. Through this corner, you sort of, again, use the weight, a little bit wide on the apex, but use the weight to move you around and get the rotation that way rather than having to take any speed out. Through this fast left-right chicane, and it's a 52.8. I'm not sure if that's good or not. You'll have to let me know. First time going, I had fun anyway. Got up to the back of this guy who was pretty good. I don't know if he's been before, but yeah, I couldn't get past him. stuck behind him a little bit. I also wanted to challenge myself to not go in the wall there, but also try and get past him without making contact or without doing anything silly. And there's a few back markers in front that might come into play. Spoiler alert. Through here, get a bit of a better run. I look to the inside, not going to happen. He goes a little bit wide there, goes behind the back marker. I find a 1 cart width gap, go for it, and I'm through. And that guy just doesn't turn. Cool, I hope he's having fun. Anyway, made the position there. Great stuff. I say make the position. It's not really a race, is it? It's just trying to have fun. Anyway, behind Timmy now, and you can see there's a bit more rain coming. The second half was definitely a lot wetter, but let's see if we can follow Tom through, see what we can do, like see what his lines are as well, you know. What can we learn? Because I'm not going to have the fastest lap ever. Tom might not either, but we can both learn from each other and see what we're doing. Also see where I'm fast and slow. Through here, he is getting away a bit on the exit, so maybe there's something I can do there. I'm going to compare mine and Tom's fastest laps as well, so we can see where he was making time that I wasn't, where maybe I was getting time that he wasn't as well. Through this left-hander, up to the exit there, this curb sort of, well, the barrier sort of moves out the way, so you can open that corner a little bit more. Through that right-hander, very nice, very fun, and that sets you up through to this narrow, chicaney, swervy bit. So, with conditions getting a bit worse, you can see there's some rain on the visor, on the camera lens at least. You can see the rain a bit as well. Chuck it into the first corner, try and catch it. Run out quite wide. Didn't fancy going into that barrier full speed. Thankfully managed to stay out of it. But Tom went a bit faster than I did, and being the really competitive person that I am, I wanted to see why he went faster and what I could do differently. So we've got his perspective on the right, we've got my perspective on the left. I'm going to go through, we're going to watch the laps at full speed on both of them, and then we're going to go through and sort of look at a few different points, see what I was maybe doing differently, what he could have done differently. And I'm also not going to show any more from his perspective because you can see the rain on his GoPro a lot more, and by the end of the session it looks like when you get a bit of a migraine, to be honest, with the so much sort of distorted, unfortunately. So here we are. You can see already that I'm a bit behind. I've got a bit of a run behind him as well, a little bit of a slipstream, so maybe this is helping me a bit more than it should be. But as we get up to the final section, the line, Tom 52.6, me at 52.9. So why was he faster and what do I need to do differently? Coming up through to start the lap at the same point. As we turn in, we both turn in roughly the same time, roughly the same amount of steering as well. Pretty neck and neck there. But by the time we get out here, I've lost about a tenth. You can see just with where the gap was. Here, again, it's about a tenth and a half because that was just one banner, one bollard basically. Through this section, we both pretty similar. But by the time we get to the exit, Tom, again, it's about the same, 1.5 tenths. Just looking at where we are on the track. On the right, Tom is up on the grey, and I've lost 1.5 tenths between that corner and that corner. I don't know where that is. Coming down here, it's about 4 tenths now. You can see it's a really big gap between me and Tom. Through this section, we both take it about the same. I'm maybe a little bit closer to the wall, maybe a little bit smoother, so I call it 0.5 tenth, let's say. Through this right-hander, through the left one is where I seem to make a bit more difference. So Tom trying to use a bit more neutral steering, does go quite wide though compared to me, and looking at where the thing on the right goes down, I've caught up to about 1.5 tenths, just under 1.5 tenths behind. As we come through this right-hander, we both turn, both use the same weight of the cart to get round. I could have maybe gone a little bit tighter there, but as we run through to start the last section, it's gone up to 2.7 tenths. So something for me to do differently there, perhaps. Coming through the left, right, left, up to the line. Tom 52.4, me 52.6, sorry. Me 52.9. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn something there. But anyway, I had a great time. Would definitely go back. Thank you for watching as well. Let me know what you think I can do differently. Also let me know if you think this was an interesting analysis and if you'd like any more of the same, because it's definitely something that I'm interested in and something that I can do more of. There's the flag. Thank you for watching and hope to see you out on track again soon.